There's a phrase I've used with my children. It's kind of funny. Caught myself talking to myself often when trying not to overreact but needing to state my piece, especially when they were teenagers, even now as adults. Let's say they step too far out of line, forget who they're talking to, or think it's cool to challenge my authority. Nah, I look them in the eye, typically with a soft smile, and say, I'm not your little friend. Not said with anger, not said to hurt, said with clarity. I love you. I care for you. I support you. I'm guiding you. I'll protect you. I'm not your peer, not your buddy. I'm not someone you get to manipulate, disrespect, or test like you would one of your friends. I'm not your little friend. What up, crew? Welcome to Man Listen. This is Jamie. Today we're talking about boundaries, respect, and why saying no to the people you love most is sometimes the most loving thing you can do. Here's what I've learned. As much as we love, nurture, and appreciate our children, we cannot always be pushovers. Sometimes saying no is the correct response. Not because we don't care, more so because we care too much to let them grow up without structure, without respect, without the ability to hear no and handle it. Saying no supports their individual growth. It prepares them for the world that will not bend to their every demand. It teaches them resilience, accountability, and self regulation. It protects your peace, your respect, and your ability to parent effectively. Setting and maintaining boundaries isn't mean, it's necessary for peace, for respect, for growth, for everyone involved. Now let's get into it. Let me start where this phrase was born. I have kids, teenagers who have become young adults to adults. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about right now. The shift, when it happens. When kids are young, the boundaries are clear. You're the parent. They're the child. I'll call them children. There's no confusion. Some things happen around the teenage years. The testing begins. They want freedom without responsibility. They want privilege without respect. They want to be treated like adults when it benefits them, but revert to being kids when accountability shows up. Here's where a lot of parents mess this up. They try too hard to be the kids' friends. They want to be the cool parents. And believe me, I'm the cool parent. The ones their kids can talk about anything to. The ones who are relatable and understand, not old fashioned. Man, I get it. That instinct comes from love, right? I work very hard to ensure my own daughters have freedom of expression. Here's the problem. Your kids don't need another friend. They have friends. What they need are parents. All right, let me break it down. Here's what I mean when I say, I'm not your little friend. When I say this to my children, well, my daughters, as they're both grown women today, I won't call them kids. Here's what I'm saying to communicate my understanding. Respect is a non negotiable. You don't get to speak to me any old way. You don't get to roll your eyes at me. You don't get to suck your teeth. And by all means, do not raise your voice or act like I'm beneath you. The warning is I might just bring the same energy to you. You want to be nuts? I'm here for it. I'm not that guy though. As a dad, I represent myself as a stand up gentleman every day. Dads should be raising the bar of expectations for future endeavors. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying there. I'm your parent. You will speak to me with respect, and I will speak to you with respect. Period. This is why that matters. The world will demand respect from you, your bosses, law enforcement, romantic partners, your colleagues. If I'm letting you be disrespectful to me now, I'm setting you up to fail in the world because the world will hold you accountable for most cases, all your nonsense. And as parent, I make the rules, not you. You can have input. You can have a voice, your opinion. When the day ends, I'm responsible for you and I make that final call. Don't negotiate boundaries. You don't manipulate decisions. Not going to play me against me or other parents. This is why that matters. Learning that not every decision is up to debate is valuable. Some things are non negotiable. That in itself is a life skill. No is a complete sentence. Also, an act of love. Sometimes the answer is no. We don't get to, or we don't have to explain that every single time. It's not because I'm being difficult. The teaching is that no exists in the world. You must learn how to accept it with grace at times. Saying and hearing no when you want something teaches us all a couple things. Delayed gratification. You can't always have everything immediately. Resilience. Hearing no doesn't destroy you. Respect for authority. Not everyone will justify their decisions to you. And self regulation. Managing disappointment and expectations is a skill. This might sound crazy, but it's true. Love without boundaries can be pure chaos. I love you more than anything. That doesn't mean I'll let you do whatever you want or excuse your bad behavior. Love without structure produces entitlement, fragile adults who can't be held accountable for their own BS. Pay attention to the current state of the US government in 2026. Love with boundaries produce capable, resilient people who know how to navigate in the world. Now, I'm not exactly a pushover, but I'm pretty sure some people will argue their point. Imagine my face smirking. Understand preparation for the real world because the world will not treat you like a friend. Your potential bosses won't play with you. The law won't play with you. Well, not for most of us anyway. If I make space for disrespect, I'm setting you up for a world of agony. My job is to prepare you for the world, mutual respect, accountability, resilience, and most importantly, how to handle no. That's not cruelty, that's care. Some people hear this and they think it's harsh. You should be close to your kids. You should be their friends. I am very close to my daughters. We have a great relationship. We talk, we laugh, we spend time together, but they still won't loan me money. That's crazy. I can be warm, loving, supportive, and still maintain my authority as their parent. Two are not mutually exclusive. I'm not their dictator. I'm also not their buddy. I'm their parent, a sacred role. Please understand. Now, for giggles, let's ask a different kind of question. What happens when you don't set these kind of boundaries? Let's look at sports parents, especially travel sports parents, the ones who try to be the besties with their kids and it backfires. You spend every dime on travel team fees, hotels, meals, energy drinks, headbands, water bottles, and $200 sports specific shoes. There's probably a 12 pack of White Claws somewhere buried in that cooler just to get you through. But we ain't judging you. It gets rough dealing with the kids, let alone their parents. Man, oh man, some of these kids have no respect. They backtalk, they give them emotional blackmail, pure manipulation. They will throw tantrums as teenagers and as young adults. Parents find themselves confused. I gave them everything, right? I'm so confused. Why are they treating me like this? Well, Ashley, you never established that you're not their little friend. You taught them that boundaries are negotiable, that respect is optional, authority can be challenged. No doesn't really mean no, it means negotiate harder. Now you're dealing with the consequences of your own crazy. Here's the hard truth. You're not just hurting yourself, you're hurting them. When they leave your house, entering into the world, they'll encounter people and systems that will not bend for them. And they need to know job management will let them go for insubordination unless they run for Congress. Some of this wayward parenting spills into their children having relationship issues. And we know that law enforcement does not play about you and your excuses. What I'm finding ironic today, and today being 2026, some reward entitlement and others frown upon accountability. Totally warped, void of traditional values, but yeah, by being a pushover, you robbed them of the chance to develop resilience. You did not prepare them. You handicapped your own. Saying no to your child consistently, lovingly, firmly is one of the best gifts you can give them. It teaches them the world has limits. Not everyone will accommodate them. Disappointment is survivable. Respect is required, not an option. For me, that's not cruelty, that's parenting. Funny thing, I grew up watching Bill Cosby, The Fat Albert Show, later on, The Cosby Show. Being from the suburbs of Philadelphia, Mr. Cosby was our TV dad. On air, he gave us what's right and what's wrong. We, the black and brown children in the 1970s and the 1980s, inhaled every word as truth. Then to come find out our hero, Mr. Cosby, wasn't the same person off air as portrayed on air. It's a cautionary tale of not leaving the heavy lifting of parenting to outside sources. Be who you need to be for your children. I'm not your little friend doesn't only apply to your children. It applies to any family relationship where people assume closeness gives them license to be disrespectful. It happens in every family. You know the relatives who criticize your parenting choices. Like I had to ask permission for my daughter's name. Or the people that show up unexpectedly for you to drop everything. Nope. How about the people that make demands without reciprocity? Or check this one out, guilt tripping. Guilt tripping you into obligations of something you didn't even ask for. Or the last one, this one really wears me out, assuming that we're family, which means you're always available for me. Nope. At some point, you've got to put up a barrier. You have to establish that I'm not your little friend. As much as we care about our families, we cannot go on tolerating disrespect or manipulation. Blood does not give you a free pass. I might swing on you, bro. This one is very delicate, but I don't care. In-laws sometimes assume their relationship with you gives them parenting, decision-making, power, or the right to criticize your choices. Absolutely not. Stop them in their tracks. Tell them, I appreciate your input, but no and thank you. Respectfully, firmly, no. Maybe you have siblings who still treat you like a little brother, a cousin, or just a play toy in general. Say no. No to disrespect to your time, your boundaries, or your peace. Like they can assume that childhood dynamics still apply. Like I said, I might swing on you, bro. This one is the hardest. Your parents raised you. You owe them respect and care. But let me tell you about being Gen X. I've been an adult probably since I was 11 or 12 years old. Growing up in the 70s, being a teenager in the 80s, oh baby, that was living. I rode my bike from home to Texas and back before the streetlights even came on. Nobody knew. We played doctor. Okay, I'm skipping too far ahead of this story, but I'm just saying we had a lot of liberty. Looking back at it, it wasn't the safest way, but definitely fun before those cell phones. Sometimes, especially as they age, the dynamic shifts. They might try to maintain some level of control or authority, but it does no longer exist in your life. You're an adult now. You have your own family, your own bills, your own life. You still can honor them, but set those boundaries. Hey, I love you, mom and dad, but I'm not your little friend. I appreciate your efforts as an adult. I make my own decisions. Again, say it with love and clarity. Here's the key. Setting boundaries with people you care about doesn't mean you're being harsh, cold, or unloving. It means being clear and consistent. So if you're not sure where to start, I want you to try these. Establish boundaries early and clearly. Don't wait until somebody crosses the line, pisses you off to set those boundaries. With your children, here's how we communicate in this house. Here's what respect looks like. Crossing that line too far might get you that little bop up. To your family, explain it this way. Here's what I expect from this relationship. Here's what I need. And here's what I won't tolerate. Clarity prevents conflict. Man, listen. When people know the rules, ignorance is no longer an excuse. Oh, okay. This is going to be a fun one. No is a complete sentence. Sometimes the answer is just no, and that's okay. Informing people that no exists without a dissertation is a life skill. The world won't explain rejection to you. Learn to accept no with grace starting early. See, I don't want you to think I'm a tyrant because I'm going to communicate respectfully with you as I expect with you, not aggression. You don't have to be yelling. You don't have to insult people, and you definitely don't have to be cruel. As an example, you can say, I won't accept being spoken to that way. I hear you, and the answer is still no. I understand that you're upset, but that doesn't change the boundaries. Firmness, kindness can coexist. Side note, as an unwritten rule, your tone truly matters. If you come calm, cool, collected, people don't lose their sugar honey iced tea. Your consistency matters even more. Here's the difference. You have to be ready to go there. Don't run your mouth unless you're going to do the thing you say you're going to do. So with that, we have to follow through on those consequences. Boundaries without consequences are simply suggestions. Now, the easiest way to show someone how I feel often for me is just say, I'm out. Here's the deal. Your life is not a filibuster. Don't just go on and on and on. Your word has to be strong and it has to be meaningful. Otherwise, people just look at you like, ain't nobody listening to him. And you got to know, some people are there to test your boundaries to see if you're really real. And for me, it's easier for me to show you than it is for me to tell you, oh, it's real. So check this out. Explain the why only when appropriate, but do not over explain. Sometimes it's helpful to explain why a boundary exists. Lead off by saying, I'm saying no because, or this boundary exists because I care about your safety, well being. And again, I don't want to give you that bop, bop, bop. At the same time, I'm telling you, do not over explain. Don't justify every decision. Don't turn over your no on your own with a debate. It wastes your time and theirs. Sometimes the explanation can be simple as because I said so. And that's enough. You can affirm caring for people while you're setting boundaries. This is critical when your family needs to know that your boundaries come from love, not instead of love. And say things like, I love you, and the answer is no, or I'm not changing my mind because I care too much to let this slide, or check this one out. Boundaries exist because I care for you, not in spite of it. Your love and your affections and your boundaries are not opposite. They're all in a partnership. It's a team effort. Now, I'm not expecting you to be tyrannical. I'm expecting you to model the behavior that you expect. If you demand respect from others, you should be there giving that same respect to others. See, a lot of times we're seeing it in social media at this place and time. We have keyboard bullies that want to berate, mock, and be dismissive of other people as opposed to understand with empathy and caring. But that's got nothing to do with your family. I just want to throw it in there for you. Respect is a two-way street. It goes both ways. You have to give some if you want to get some. It's pretty A to B, one, two, three. So this is one of those things I had to hold myself to the fire about. You can't enforce boundaries sometimes and ignore them on other times based on your mood. If disrespect is unacceptable on a Monday, it's unacceptable on Friday too. Do not be wishy-washy with your stance on your self-respect and what's disrespectful to you. If you are a parent, you already know children will push back. Family members will catch you. Co-workers can be so annoying. Simple arguments that, oh, you're so mean, you're unfair, you're too strict. It's like, whatever, man, say whatever you got to say, but your job is to hold the line. Do not take the bait getting all emotional. Don't cave to guilt trips. Stand firm. The pushback is proof that boundaries are necessary and they're working. There's also opportunity to celebrate growth when others do respectful boundaries. When the kids, family members, co-workers, neighbors respect the boundary, acknowledgement. Let them know I'm proud of you for accepting no without an argument. That shows maturity. Positive reinforcement also matters. You are not just here correcting bad behavior. You're not a hall minder. You're a human. You're a loving person. You're shaping good behavior. Here's what happens when you establish I'm not your little friend as a family principle. You earn respect. People respect strength, not aggression, not cruelty, but respect. When you stand firm, your children and your family learn you mean what you say. You won't be manipulated and you respect yourself. When you respect yourself, others follow. One of the greatest gifts to your children is helping them navigate a world that demands respect, resilience, and accountability. Boundaries prepare them, chaos handicaps them. Let's look at the bright side. When you set boundaries with your children, they learn how to protect their peace, how to demand respect in their relationships, how to say no without guilt. You're not just parenting, you're modeling a behavior. Every time you let a little something slip, a little something go, even with family, you lose a piece of your peace. Set boundaries, protect your mental, emotional, and spiritual well being. You will sleep better. You will stress less. You will show up better for the people who see you. When boundaries are clear and consistent, everyone benefits. Children feel secure. Partners feel supported. Family learns what's acceptable. Healthy families are healthy families. All right, team. Here's your challenge this week. Identify one relationship where you've been too flexible with the boundaries. Is it with the kids? Is it with the partner? Is it with the parent? Is it with family? Is it co-workers? Name it. And then don't forget, set clear boundaries. What's acceptable for you? What is not? What happens when those boundaries are crossed? I assure you that whole bop, 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 it's available for anybody. They can get it. Come on now, you can't be afraid. You're an adult. It's time to have the conversation. Set the expectation, make it known. Now we need to ensure that you follow through. If a boundary is crossed, enforce those consequences every single time. You're not being mean, you're being clear. Clarity is kindness, both for you and the other person. I am not your little friend. It is the most simple phrase, but it carries a whole lot of weight. It means I love you, but I won't be disrespected. It means I care about you, but I won't compromise my peace. It means I'm here for you, not at the expense of preparing you for the world. Setting boundaries with the people you care for isn't control, it's about caring. Your children, your family, your friends, your neighbors, your co-workers need to learn resilience. Your family needs to learn respect. Your friends and your neighbors, your co-workers, they need to know you might invoke that stand your ground law. Let's understand that your affections and boundaries aren't opposite, they're in a partnership. You can be warm, nurturing, generous, yet refuse to be a pushover. That's exactly what I mean, bro. I'm not your little friend. On our next episode, we're going to keep spinning this wheel around in circles and talk about your body keeps score. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for enjoying this. If you are, send me a message, make that review. It's Jamie. Man, listen, and I'm out.